Hello friends. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Candace and I am the owner of the Paperless Plannery. And today we are going to be setting up my 2026 digital planner. So everything that I'll be showing today, except for one thing, which I sort of customized personally for me, but pretty much everything that I'm showing today will be available in my Etsy shop. I will make sure that I link it. And also I do want to let you guys know that although this is a 2026 planner, I love the holidays. My birthday's in November, and the one gripe that I have sometimes about planning at the end of the year is that you only get to experience it and enjoy your holiday planning for a few months or a few weeks, I guess, before you put the planner up and go into a new planner. So all of my 2026 calendars do include November and December of 2025. So it is officially time for me to go into this new planner. So I am so excited. I'm excited for you to sort of see what I'm thinking and see what the setup is for the upcoming year. The beautiful thing about digital is that you can change it at any time. So if I get tired of this, I'm able to change it. I don't see me doing that, but it is possible if you do digital. Okay. I will be using the Noteful app. Products from my shop do work in both GoodNotes and Noteful. But I primarily use Noteful. So before we get started, I want to show you a few things. So I in my shop include, or I guess create, a Monday start portrait, a Monday start landscape, and then also a Sunday start of each of those. So a Sunday portrait and a Sunday landscape. So I am a Monday start girly and I'm also a landscape girly. So originally the planner that I'm going to be setting up today looked like this. Like I said before, I did include November 2025 and then I included December 2025 into the rest of 2026. I also included 4 different cover page options. Most people do just put their own cover on. I'm actually going to not use these covers. I'm going to sort of use a planner hub system. I'm going to explain what that is in a minute. So that's what I'm going to be using. And then I am going to be using the planner hub. A planner hub is pretty much like, it's like a big file folder, right? I, in my shop, have multiple planner hubs. Let's see if we can find them. I have a fall hub. So this is a fall hub. Everything in this planning system has a link to it. It's already pre-hyperlinked. So if you click there, it'll go to this page and then you hit the home and it takes you back home. So that is the fall hub. I have a holiday hub for Christmas time. So like you can click on the Santa Claus. It'll take you to a section with the Santa Claus. You click back on the house, takes you home. Same with every single element, okay? So that is the holiday hub. Then I have some hubs. This looks more like the hub that I used this year. It is a planner hub. It's already hyperlinked. So you click on January, it takes you to the January divider. And then you can just put January after, same for February, March, April, May, and so forth and so on. I have a neutral one. So they all sort of work the same. Oh, and I should mention on these, each one has like 3 little objects on the side that you can also they're hyperlinked, but you can also use as like a notebook or a budget planner. So you have so many options for this system. And I'm sitting here thinking, am I going to use the one that I was going to use, or will I use one of these? Because these are just so cute, especially that leopard one. I love that leopard one. But I think since these don't technically start until January, I think I'm going to go into a different type of hub system. So let me get rid of some of these hubs and show you the hub that I'm going to be using. So the hub that I'm going to be using is this realistic planner hub. When I was creating this is the thought process I had for it. Of course, if it's something that you're using or purchasing, you can do it any way that you want to. But I have a planner here. And so the planner is, of course, where I will put my main planner. I have this planner here that's showing like days of the week. I would either use this for a weekly or for a daily. I'm thinking probably daily. I have a calculator, so I thought for budget planning. I have this coffee here, so for like meal planning, grocery list, etc. That's probably what I'll use it for. And then this cork board, it reminded me of like mood board, so vision planning. So I would probably use this for like project planners, brain dumps, vision boards, things like that. Okay. I think I'm going to start in this one simply because I do want to go ahead and start in the 2026 planner with the November, but like my other hubs, they started January. So I mean, it's not like a horrible workaround, but I didn't want to have to do all that. So this is what the planner looks like when you buy it in the shop. Today, I decided that I wanted to customize mine just a little bit. So I use date dots. Some people call them deco dots. I use them every single month, regardless. So I went ahead and decided to do, instead of covering up the dates, I just took all the dates out. So this entire planner has 0 dates in it. And also another customizing that I did was I went ahead and I added a background to it. If you can look, there's a very dark like leopard print background. I used this print to create a Christmas sticker pack that's coming out of my shop soon. And I've just been loving it. So I was like, I think that will look good as like a background of my planner. And then I decided that I wanted some hyperlinks on every page. So the home one I have not linked yet. I'll explain why, and we'll probably do that together. But the others are linked to whatever month they are. So there is November 2025 all the way through December. So I just wanted a place where I could quickly get back, to the different months. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be using. So I think what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get this set up in my planner hub. So first thing I want to do is I want to duplicate this because I want to keep one of these planner hubs as like a template in case someone has problems with it. If they purchased it, I want to always have like a fresh one and a clean one. So I'm going to take this copy. As you can see, I hit duplicate, and now I'm just going to move it so that it will appear on my unfiled, or in my unfiled notebook. This is my unfiled notebook. Oh yeah, I also have a winter planner hub that'll be coming out in my shop this week. So now this is my copy of it. So I'm going to change the name of this so that I know what the name is. I'm going to change it to 2026 planner for now, and I'll probably end up changing that later. 2026 planner. Okay. I didn't hit done. Sometimes when I'm working in the two apps, I have to like remember which app I'm in and which app you're supposed to hit what and all of the things. So done. Okay, so there's my 2026 planner duplicated, and it's just the shell. So nothing, when you buy this, there's nothing in it. It's just a shell. Pretty much it's just like one big hyperlink notebook. So now I'm going to actually add in my planner pages. So I'm going to close out the template just so that I have just the planner that I'm putting papers in, and then where I'm copying those papers from. So actually, oh, you know what? I was going to say, let me make a copy of this too, but we're about to just copy the pages out. So to copy multiple pages or any pages in Noteful, what you're going to want to do is hit the 4 squares. That brings up like a menu. And then now we're going to go and hit select. And then we are going to copy all of the pages that we want to bring over. I'm not going to use these cover photos, so I'm not going to bring those over. I'm just going to use essentially the 14 pages, which is like the 12 months for next year and the 2 months for this year, and then hit copy. Okay, and it'll say 14 pages copied. Hit the X to get out of that. I'm going to go back to my planner, and I'm going to click on the planner or wherever. I mean, I could put my planner here. I could put my planner here. I could do it anywhere. But to me, especially as someone who made this, it makes sense for me to use the planner for the planner. So I'm going to long press there. It brings me to, this is the planner page. So this, anything that I paste behind this divider will be considered my planner, okay? So now that I'm at my planner page where I want to copy, or I'm sorry, where I want to paste pages, I'm going to hit the 4 squares again. Make sure that that blue box is outlined wherever I want the pages to fall behind. And then I'm going to hit paste. And just like that, I have my planner set up. Okay. So again, I decided where I wanted it. I wanted it behind my planner. So I go there. Now what I can do is, and I probably will like type in 2026 planner. And then if I go over, I see November, December, January, etc. Okay. Now, let's talk, because these are all active links, meaning well, I'm on November, so it's not gonna move. But if I hit December, it goes there. The only one that's not active is home. Now, what I was thinking is that I could link home. I'm just talking this through myself right now. I could link home so that it would go back to either this page or maybe even just to the beginning of this planner hub. And the way that you would do that is I would first have to make this like a sticker. So I would have to put something here. So what I could technically do, and this is like the magic of Noteful, I could technically take the star. I could change the color of the star by going to Style and the color wheel. I could change the color of the star to that exact color that home is. Okay. I could do that. And I could go to my lasso. And I could put the star here and make it smaller. And it might be what I end up doing. And now I could link the star. I could link the star to this notebook and then the page to this page. Okay, did you see what I did? Let's start over so that you can see. So at first I made a shape. It could be a star. Honestly, I should probably choose a bigger shape than a star. So let's start over. I'm going to choose a square. And I'm going to pull the square down like this. I've also seen people do it where, and that might be a good idea too. Let's see, hold on. I'm talking this through with you guys. What I could do is I could style this square like I did the last one. Go and get my dropper, make it the exact same color here, okay? I could make it bigger. Yeah, I think I want to do this, okay? I could hold on. I could hit Style, bring the opacity down to 0 so that you can't even see it, but it's still there. And then now I can link that shape to the front page. So anytime I hit home, it's like closing up my planner book. It'll take me back to page 1. So I'm going to do that, and that's done, okay? So now if I click this, it goes back to page 1 of my planner book, which is essentially what I wanted to do. So that's how you add a link in Noteful. Very, very cool. You can literally link anything. So now where this on other pages does not have a link, it does have one here. So now what I want to do is I want to copy this. This is my November page. So now what I want to do is go to my December page. And I'm going to do the same thing there, except for now all I should have to do is paste and just set my link there. You can go to my January page and paste and set my link here, and so on and so forth. February, paste. All right, and I'm gonna up the ante, but we're gonna do that in just a minute. So for now, I'm just gonna go through setting these up. So again, if you're wondering if you missed, I mean, I guess you could always rewind it, but what I did was I took a shape and I put the shape, I color matched the shape where I wanted to put it. I did not explain that well at all. I'm sorry. I took the shape and I color matched it so that it blended in. It would blend in. And you don't really even have to do that because all I did was drag down the opacity. So I could have left it the same color. That was an extra step I didn't have to do, but whatever. I brought the opacity down to 0 so that I could see what was behind it. And then I went through and I made a link. That'll take me to the home page. And then now I'm just going through and I'm copying that link. You see how it works? That was not on purpose, but here we are. So where was I at? I think I was at June. Does June have one? Yeah, okay. So I did June. Did I do July? I think. Yep, July has one. So meaning that I was at August. August doesn't have one yet. Okay. Okay, we're almost done here with this. And we are done. Okay. Now, what we can do, if you want, you could technically lock the link so that it doesn't move around. All I'm going to do is press this and go there. Go to like home or wherever it takes me. I don't necessarily feel like I need to lock the link, but you can add it to a locked layer if you like, if you feel like you're going to pick it up and move it. I'm like, am I going to do that? I could. I am going to make layers with you guys because now that I'm in a brand new notebook, I'm able to make my layers for this notebook. So when I started Noteful, I went layer crazy and I just started making layers and then things got lost. And as you know, with layers, you can delete what's on a layer, but you can't like swipe over and delete an entire layer. If you do that, it's going to delete anything on any page that's in that layer. So number one thing I would say is when you're setting up a brand new notebook, planner, whatever it is, this is brand new. Make sure that you get your layers the way that you want them. So I want to do like all kinds of fancy pants stuff and do like a base layer, a stickers layer, a text layer. I feel like eventually that might get confusing for me. But there's still a part of me that wants to try it. I'm trying to decide, you guys. What do I want to do? I think I'm just going to do a base layer and a lock layer. A lock layer and like a editable layer. So I'm going to add another layer. And I guess let me go out of this if you don't know how to get or add layers. You're going to click the first icon here on the right, upper right. You always start with one layer, meaning everything that I have in this notebook is currently on this layer. I'm going to add a second layer and then I'm going to rename the layers so that I know what they are. The first layer, I'm going to call my base layer, and that's going to be my locked layer. This layer will pretty much always be locked, okay? The second layer, I'm going to call my editing layer. I was going to do a third layer, and I guess I could do a third layer. I may or may not use it, I'm not sure. And I'm going to call this my text layer. And that's it. I'm not going to do any more with layers. I'm going to go to my base layer. No, I'm going to keep things on my editing layer. My editing layer is where I'm going to add stickers, add text. My base layer is pretty much going to be where I lock things. So I'm actually going to click on the base layer, Make sure that it's locked, and make sure everything else is unlocked. The text layer I'm not going to use yet. I just put it there in case I decide I need it. But I think this is good. I think I could technically do it with these two. The only reason that I'm thinking about a text layer is because, like, let's say I have some important personal task or something that I don't want people to see when I'm on live or when I'm filming. You could turn, like, hit this eyeball and it will pretty much hide anything that's on that layer. So that's sort of what's making me want to have a text layer for filming purposes, but like everyday life purposes, probably wouldn't use it. To be determined, but for now I'm setting it up. So my thought process is, with these links, you can, whoops, I must be in the thing here. With the links, what I could do is I could click on the link. Oh, I did it actually. Hold on. I did it. It did it automatically. So since my links were made on that base layer, when I locked that base layer, it locked the links, but you can still use the links. So these, of course, you can use because they came in. But now that these ones that I've added, I'll just go to some random month. I'll go to April. These are locked, so I don't have to worry about that link block moving. Whereas if I unlock it, you can see how those little 4 squares come up. That means I can sort of move this around. I don't want that to be moved around. So as long as it's on my base locked layer, I can use the link, but I don't have to worry about it like moving around. So I like that, and I'm very happy that I've done that. So technically, this is done. My 2026 planner is set up, at least the planner part. Of course, I don't have weeklies set up, and I think I am going to use weeklies. No, I'm sorry, dailies here. I think what I'm going to do with my weeklies, I'm going to do them very similarly to how I do my planner now. Let me go into it. So this is the planner hub I'm currently in. This is my October. You go here, you see October. This is my month of October. This is last week. This is the week before. This is the week before that. This is the last week of September into the first week of October. So I think I'm going to do it that way again. I think I'm going to do the month, and then I'm going to, so this will be my month of November, and then behind here I'll put my weeks, and then I'll do my dailies separately. So to get to my dailies, I'll just hit this, and then I can go here and long press and get to my dailies. I think I like that setup. It makes sense to me in my brain. What I do want to do now is I want to label this planner. So this font, if you're from my TikTok, a lot of people were asking about the font that I'm about to use. It's from Blush Font Co. They abbreviate all their stuff BFC. This one is called Sneaky Snowman, and it is so cute. So I'm going to call this I can say my planner, or I can say 2026 monthly planner, but I feel like my planner sort of encompasses all. Okay, and I actually might go here and pull that down, pull that over, and then I might sort of adjust some of that there. Okay. And I'm going to resize this. And this is hyperlinked already. That's why that blue box keeps coming up. What color do we want to do it in? Ooh, I like the pink. The pink is fun. So we'll do that in pink. We'll put that there. And again, I don't want this to like move around on me. So I'm going to move these words to my base layer because I'm currently on my editing layer. I want to always be on my editing layer. I want to move things to the other layers. So I'm going to move this to my base layer because I don't want it moving around on me, but I do want to get it the size that I want it first. I feel like that's really cute. So I can move to layer, move to base. Now the words don't move around, but the link still works, okay? And that'll take me right back home. So that will be that. Okay, so we're at 24 minutes. Really quick, I think I want to work on November and get November going. So I'm going to jump into a split screen in Noteful. What I usually do is I will pull up my planner on one screen, and then I'll use the other screen as like a sticker book. And I think what I want to use primarily for November is this new pack that came out this week. It is called Christmas Couture. Um, I have so many good Christmas packs, and I was gonna say, is it a little silly to like use a Christmas pack, but not really, because it's my planner. So I can do pretty much whatever I want to do. But I know I want to use the date dots out of here. I also have a few other packs that may look good. So I know I at least want to take the date dots out of here for this. So let's go ahead and like ready this to be customized. So the first thing that I would do, and I will do every time, is I want to get rid of all of the writing. Okay. I know that I start on Monday, so I know this is Monday and this is Sunday, and everything else I can sort of put together. And I know that this is November 2025. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my lasso, and I'm going to lasso out a nice piece of just white. Okay. And I'm going to use this pretty much to cover up everything that I don't want to see. So all those words. Okay, and then I'm going to duplicate that. I'm telling you, if you're thinking about coming to Noteful, when people are like, oh, the layers are where it's at, the layers are. And honestly, I don't really use layers that much because I jacked mine up. But now that I'm in a new, clean, fresh planner, I'm so excited to use layers. Okay, so what I've done is I've pretty much taken 2 screenshots to cover everything up. And now I'm going to move those 2 screenshots, you guessed it, to the base layer so that they are locked. And I can lasso on top of them. I can put stickers. I can move stickers and everything around, and I don't have to worry about stuff moving. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to use, there's only 30 days in November, so I don't need to bring all of that over. I'm going to bring over my my date dots, these, and the good thing that I'm like so excited about with having a one without the actual days. What am I trying to say? One without like numbers, is that I can choose if I want date dots on this side or on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sort of square them up how I think I would use them. I think that's a pretty good size. And I might not do the entire thing because I really don't want this, I don't want this to run too long for you guys. But I was excited to get a jump start on it. So I'm going to line these all up in the corners. I cannot believe we are in November. Like this year flew by, and so crazy. Now, the one thing I do want to say is if you decide to use something that is undated, and I might put this in the shop, let me know if this is something that you want me to put in the shop, the undated version that I pretty much just made for myself. It will have the links, except for the home link. That one you'll have to do yourself if you choose to use it, but the other links will work. The one thing you do have to remember is you're going to want to know when the first is, and you're going to want to remember how many days are in that month, because you would hate to like date things incorrectly and then be off by a day and have to do it again. But I mean, it is digital, so fixing it would be easy. But I'm excited. I'm so excited to go into a new planner. I've been wanting to do this for weeks. But I was just like, no, I really need to wait when I can sit down and record to do this. And just things were going on. We've been doing some traveling. My dog has been having some tummy issues, so we've been going back and forth to the vet. And then just like regular like work and stuff. It's just been like a busy time. So yeah, I'm excited that I finally get to move into not only a new planner, but a new style of planning for me. Since I've been digital planning, even long before like I used anybody else's stuff. Um, I what am I saying? Oh, I was in a portrait planner. So this is my first time doing a monthly in landscape. And I'm actually so excited for it. I'm excited. I am the biggest advocate for landscape planning because I feel like you get so much more room. Now with digital planners, you are able to just zoom in. So I know that you can definitely just zoom in, but love that fact that you can just like lock in. Now, what I can do is I can definitely lasso everything here, and I can put these on the base layer so that they don't move when I add other stuff onto them. So I'm going to move these to the base layer. If I ever want to move something, or if I'm like, okay, I want these two to not be on the base layer, you could literally just, well, you'd have to go in and then you would unlock the layer, move whatever you need to move, and then lock the layer back. But I like this. I don't think they're too big. I don't think they're too small. I think they're really good in comparison with the rest. All right. So I guess I'm floating here. I got a floating screen situation, which is fine. I don't mind it. I don't hate it at all. I'm going to go and look in my fall stickers. Burgundy Breeze is a fan favorite. A lot of people like that one. And it has a lot of these same like colors in them. So I might use Burgundy Breeze. Like pick up either these for the days of the week. That might be cute. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep it up in a thing because I keep losing it. I don't know if I like that or if I would like... Let me actually go back into a split screen because I'm like, this is actually annoying the crap out of me. Okay. Or if maybe like even using these might be sort of cute. That's an option. Let me look at Autumn and Blanc and see. Ooh, those will be cozy. These, let me pull them over. These little chimneys will be sort of cozy, like for November. So that could be an option. And again, these are locked, so I can move this anywhere. I can put stuff anywhere, and I don't have to worry about picking up stuff. So the locking layers, you guys, it's where it's at. The chimneys are sort of big. It wouldn't leave me a lot of room for November, but I would make it happen. So I could do the chimneys. What other options do I have? Not a lot in here. This is my old Thanksgiving from Thanksgiving of last year before I was really like into planning. This would be cute. I sort of like the washi in this one. So let me actually take this washi over. You guys, I think I'm in love. I think I'm in love with locking layers now that I have layers that actually work. I want to make this into washi. So to do that, I am going to take my lasso and go into a square. I'm going to go in and make this. I'm going to take screenshot, add, and then I'm going to delete this. I love the color, so the color's definitely going to work. And I think I want to do it up here at the top. Okay. And I think instead of like stretching it out, I think I'm just going to duplicate this and move it in. Okay. Okay. This is so cute. I am obsessed. Obsessed. What a fun way to start the holiday season in a brand new planner. Like, obsessed. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take my lasso back to a circle lasso that, and then I can resize it just a little bit more so that it'll fit the entire page like this. And then I'm going to take this and move it to my locked layer. Okay. I don't think I'm going to do it on the other side. You know what I do want to do? Let's do this. Let's unlock the layer for a minute so that I can pick all of this up. I'm going to group it, and that's just going to make it one sticker. I'm going to duplicate it. Oh, I did this part too. Eek, I didn't want it to do that, but you know what? We'll just crop that out. It'll be all right. I thought I could crop it out. I'm going to have to do it individually, and it's okay. Let's delete that. Let's ungroup this because I forgot it's going to pick up the white too. Pretty much want to take this. I'm going to duplicate it. Dang it. Go back. Being very careful because right now that layer's not locked. Okay. And now I'm going to go back to the locked layer. I'm going to lock it back so that nothing moves. Okay. So it's giving Erin Condren vibes right now. I'm going to go in. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. I'm going to make this a little big. And I want to make this a border on this side. And duplicate it once more. I feel like that looks pretty good. Circle all of those. And I'm going to send it to the lost layer on the base. Okay, November's looking so cute. So cute, so cute. I do need to find the days of the week. Let's go to the circle days. Let's go to the circle days. So I made, not in themes, planning basics, days and times, circle days, volume 2. I love these monochrome. Is that what that is? Sort of monochrome, like type of stickers. I like this brown. I think that will look good. This would look good. Let's go with the brown. Let's do the brown. Okay, so I'm gonna pull all those over like that. Gonna size them to the size that I want them. I think I like that size. And then I want to make this big. I'm going to zoom in for accuracy. And then I'm just going to start placing those. Now, I could move these to the base layer, but I'm okay with just sort of leaving these in the editing layer. Oh my gosh, why did I mess up my layers when I first came into Noteful? I mean, I guess I was learning. I started locking stuff and unlocking it, and I didn't know what was where, and I really feel like I just jacked stuff up. But like, look how cute that is. Look at how cute that is. And then I want to take, I'm going to go back here to this golden November. I'm going to copy the November, and I'm going to paste it here. Now, I could paste it, I could put it up here because like I have room, but I wanted it sort of big. But also at the same time, like November 30th is a Sunday. I don't know that I'll have a lot going on then, but if I do, I can change that. I could also put it here, but I feel like it might blend in a little bit. That's sort of cute, but I kind of like it down here. So we're going to leave it down here. Okay, it is looking a little bare in this area, so I could do some deco. Oh my gosh, I am loving this, like loving it. let's go to the other Noteful. I could do some deco. This November would have been a cute option too, but I think I made the right November choice. Let me go back to my fall. Autumn leaves are falling. What's in this one? Oh, those would have been cute. We have this little branch here. Copy. And I'll go back here. We could do something like that. Sort of cascading off the page to sort of take some of that white space off. But what I would probably do is crop it and crop the tail of it out like this. Maybe just a little more. Okay, looks good. I'm going to duplicate that, and then I'm going to actually flip it like this. Do I like that sort of hanging over? I kind of do, actually. I kind of like that. And then we're going to duplicate it once more. And honestly, I'm just going to put it right over the ring. Like, I'm okay with that. And duplicate this one. Okay. And then do this one last time. Now, this is where things are going to get tricky, but I'm glad we're sort of doing this together. Because what I want to do, and I could crop this, but like I can barely see it. I'm not really worried about it. The only thing I don't want it to do is cover that hyperlink for home. I think it's not covering it. So what I could do is I could send these arranged and send them to the back. Okay. And then I think what I want to do is I want to copy, whoops. I'm going to do them individually. I'm going to move these to the base layer because I don't want them to move. And how much? We're on 45 minutes. So for now, I think we're going to call it done. So if I've done this correctly, the only thing that should move, yes, are these days. Everything else should be locked and shouldn't be able to move. Except for, and that too, I think. Or did I send that to the back? Did I send that to base? No, that's on editing. That should move, yes. Okay. Everything else should. So that is going to be the base, no pun intended, for my November. Okay, now I'll go in, I'll add in holidays, birthdays, including mine, all the things in there. And I love this. I think that this turned out really good. And I'll, of course, go in and play with it some and change some stuff up. But I think that's going to be it for now. So pretty much what we've done is we've set up my 2026 planner. I showed you how to create a link in Noteful out of nothing. So although this was a hyperlinked notebook, I did not link home on purpose because I knew that I wanted home to go to a specific page in another book. So technically in another book. So we learned how to do that. We set up our layers. We have 3 layers. And as you can see, you get the little preview of what's on each layer. So I have my base layer. That will be my lost layer at the bottom. I always keep that at the bottom and think about layers like a sandwich. So this is the bread, the meat, and then this is at the top. So literally layering on top of things. So the base layer is going to be locked. Editing layer, and then the text layer if I'm brave enough to use it, but I'm glad that I have it. So I hope that you were able to take something from this. I know this is sort of random of a video, but I feel so good with November being done. I'll probably start working on December very soon because I had so much fun on November. And like I said, I'll just stick my weeklies in November after this. I think I'm gonna do one last weekly since most of October is this week. I'll do my October weekly, the last one in my other planner. Oh my God, how confusing can I be? Long story short, we won't start weeklies in this planner until next Sunday. But yeah, this has been amazing. I'm so excited for a fresh start and a new planner. Um, yeah, everything that I use can be found in my Etsy shop. I will make sure that is linked in the comments or in the description box, I should say. And until next time, happy planning.